You do well. Fair? Yeah, well, it's all catch all for say that, so that's good. All right, rock and roll.
Being that it's 4 o'clock, we're gonna call the Mountain Bay Metropolitan Police Department Oversight Board meeting to order. First on item number 1, call to order, please.
Yes, Ms. Wyland? Here. Mr. Pincinel?
Present.
Mr. Helgeson?
Here.
Mr. Maloney?
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen?
Here. All right, item number 2, announcements and statements from the audience. Got our audience out there. Thank you for being here. Yes,
So.
Stand and
give your name.
say your name and address for the record. Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, so I'm Ryan Simmons, for people that don't know, the police commission chair.
Yes.
And it was, remind me, last Friday, no, Friday before. 2 Fridays ago. 2 Fridays ago. I did a ride along and rode with one of the officers from 8 to 2 in the morning. And I just wanted to share the experience of, one, we live in a very boring, safe community, so.
Yeah.
great. But 2, when we came here for break at 10 o'clock, there was 5 officers, 2 sergeants. And besides the fact that knowing who these people were, if I didn't, I could not have told you who came from what department. And the cohesiveness and team building, and I've been in the department, I don't know, almost once a week, it seems like. The amount of communication that's happening and everything like that. If you have a question on that, do right along, stop in, have a cup of coffee in the morning, come at 6 o'clock, see the shift change. They all talk, it's all good, you don't know who's from where. And the people that had the concerns, who started this, they're the people that are talking. So.
Yeah, that's great. That's outstanding.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
your comments.
I can feel it. And I certainly could feel it when I would walk into either of the buildings, you know, because when I started coming here and having some coffee with you guys, you know, a long time ago, I could just feel it. And I mean, you'd always kind of march me through there a little bit, not march me, but take me through there. And I go, no, I don't need to be in there.
Also,
You know.
the stair right here is smile more than I've ever seen.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Nick, you got a good
I know.
smile.
I told his wife that you'll never hear my name again once this all goes through, and I think he misses me a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. Good stuff. Very good. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you. Anyone online that has any comments? No? All right, then we're gonna move on to item number 3, minutes of the previous meeting, Oversight Board meeting minutes of April 24th, 2024.
Move to approve.
All right, motion by Maloney. Second by Helgeson. Questions? All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it is carried and approved. Item number 4, report of police department on day-to-day operations. Jeremy, I assume you're gonna run with that, and whoever else you want to have jump in.
So we wanted to kind of have an open forum a little bit on this, so we can explain some of the things that are going on and try to figure out the best way to list this. So we currently went through a sale of a number of vehicles. A number of those vehicles were from Everest Metro. Currently, one of our vehicles was the Dare vehicle that went over to Patriot Auto. Found out the frame was rotted through on at least one side and probably started significantly on the other. So that vehicle is painted by BRB. That was our Dare car that was purchased in 1996 when I started here. So that one went down to BRB. We sold it back to them for $1. The reason being, they put all the time and money in that paint job on that thing, and I just figured that was the best option for that. We have one vehicle left. That's a silver Malibu, correct? Impala. We had brief discussion, or I did with some people. The Wyland family wanted to buy that car. That was Jason's car during the shooting event that took place. That car was an old police vehicle and it was damaged. At one point, it's been repaired. So that happened in the shooting. I said I would resell it as long as it sold for the twin that sold on the online auction, which was $5,500. I just want to be open with it, so no one thinks that we sold it to somebody and didn't give everybody an opportunity with it, because The other one went through the auction at 55, and I said, whatever it goes through, you can buy it for that. They decided to buy that car.
She did buy it. She did? Okay.
Yeah, well, it's going through the family and
Okay, yeah.
probably gonna end up someplace, but,
Mhm.
anyway. Last night, there was pictures at the PD with the Dare car from Everest Metro. That car, is probably at the end of its life too. There's some people that want some parts off that car. There's the badge painted on it and stuff like that. After a discussion last night, BRB was there. They took pictures that they tried to take for 6 years, I was told. I don't know the whole story. It happened last night. It was a positive thing. Instead of putting that car on the auction, I'd like to just sell it to BRB. The same thing. They put all the work in it, whatever happens to the parts and whatever they do with it, as long as the Dare and Everest Metro and any police stuff's off from it.
Right.
But we would just sell it for $1 like the other one. So that was confiscated. It didn't cost anybody anything. Okay, so all the vehicles have been sold. So now we're starting to build the fleet from where we are.
Good.
Hiring process, Kumu was rehired. She's doing great. She's really just going through orientation phase. It's field training, but with her, it's real easy because she's been around for a long period of time. We have 2 people going to the police commission coming up in the next week or 2. We had 2 hiring processes. We only pulled 1 candidate out of each one. We have a hiring process currently right now. It closes on the 10th of July. Equipment. We ran into some problems with equipment. We had to buy some tasers. We were short. People were sharing at Everest Metro. We started to issue brand new tasers out to everybody. Tasers are probably about $1,200 or $1,400 a piece. Badges are in. And everybody's uniform, we're waiting on their vest carrier, but uniforms are pretty much all one uniform now, except for a couple of changes. Nick has one of the new badges on.
Hey.
I'm a weird guy. We had a problem with a couple of badges. I got an old one,
Mhm.
put my new one on when everybody else gets theirs. I'm just that kind of guy.
Okay.
I just don't think it's right that somebody's didn't come in and I'm wearing it in there. So then we get down to the phone system. The phone system to get out of the account from the old Everest Metro was $20,000.
Wow.
So we took the phone system on, that's TDS, so we're switching over, taking on the phones. I had a conversation with Jamie on this. Good or bad, we'll see how that goes, but I think we're only in the contract for about 2 years or 18 months.
Mhm.
If it's not good, we'll figure it out from there.
Is there a phone system through, Jerry?
Frontier right now, but through them, it'll be TDS.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's the IP phone system,
Right.
newer stuff. The only problem is, I just found out today, we can't communicate back and forth with the village because we jumped systems now. So, but,
Transition.
The full dial.
yes, I have to dial the full number instead
You
of
can't do the 4 or the 3 code, whatever.
just weird punch code now. We
Okay.
punch the number and it comes right up.
That's gonna take a little bit of time.
We
Right.
use the old fashioned method.
Yeah. The soup can.
I do that a lot.
Soup can.
One other thing out of the police department day-to-day operations, we went through a promotion process for the detective spot. Nelson left, he's up at the task force. We have 2 candidates for the detective spot. Both of them are very viable candidates. As a matter of fact, one is a sergeant right now. I really don't want to lose him as a sergeant. However, we have to migrate this department into the future. When you have good candidates, I would like to add 1 more detective, so there's 4 detectives.
Mhm.
The difference in pay is we're losing a sergeant. It would go down from 4316 to 4114. You can look at it 2 ways. You're gonna go up from a patrol 3912 to a sergeant.
Mhm.
We're only talking a couple dollars an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, we're gonna lose a sergeant, gonna go down to detective. Somewhere along the way, we'll promote a sergeant.
Gonna even out.
It is, but before I just promote somebody to a different level, I want you guys to understand
Mhm.
what's happening. So all of a sudden you go, what do you mean? We got 5 detectives and no one told us that? I just want to be transparent on that.
Got her.
Okay, anything else in that area that you
Problem.
think of?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Any comments, Nick? No?
No.
Jim, I know you wanted to.
Oh.
Somehow.
Yeah,
survey, we'd like to bring up survey.
Oh,
Here,
yeah, so you're already there, so.
do you want to talk about it or you want me to?
No, I just, I had some conversation with Jamie, I don't know, a while ago, and I just thought. I don't think day 1 was the best day to do it, because there was that, well, gosh, this is all new and everybody's head is scrambled eggs, right? And we're trying to all moving in the right direction. Well, now we're all rowing in the same direction and we've got good unit cohesion and the newness is gone, right? So it's day 41 or something. So day 41, can we get an all hands survey to include command staff, admin staff, and all the officers, detectives, sergeants, et cetera? And I think it would be beneficial to have it be, I know you have a bad, so we won't have Jamie send it out because she has a bad, she doesn't get a good return on her surveys, right? So
With our
we can
board.
send it out, yeah,
With our board.
like a 14, a 41 or something. But if you can send this out to everyone, but do it anonymously, and I don't know who would come up with the questions, if it would be the administrators and the police chief, or if we as a board want to come up with the questions, but just to get a good baseline of hey, what's working really well and what could use improvement. I don't want this to be a 2-hour long survey, but 15 questions or something. The last survey that I saw like this from the police department shed a lot of light, I think, on some of the folks in the room who had thought things were all rainbows and sunshine in another police department when they actually weren't. And to identify some of this stuff, what our strengths are and where we could improve, and then send this back out, whether it's quarterly or semi-annually or annually or whichever, to keep a good pulse on where we are. So we've got this great thing built and we continue to build it and move it in the right direction. We don't let something that could get addressed now turn into something bad or get way off track.
Any other comments from the board? Yes, Dan.
I think that's a very good point to have. And there's a lot of good feedback that can be had from a survey if it's done right. And I think the best questionnaire would be from the chief. But and for them to try to get a goal of 75% back, so you have a really good feel for what's going on. I mean, a return of those surveys.
I don't think 100%.
No, right,
With the
right.
police chief.
Mark, any
Yeah.
questions?
I do, but I'll
Okay.
wait.
Yes, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, just a suggestion, I think, from an administrative side, the Village of Rothschild, part of our review process, and we do it here for myself. Once a year, when it's the annual review for the administrator, we actually send out kind of a few questions to all the staff members, and they can then evaluate myself, and it's unanimous. I think quarterly might be too much. I'd be a proponent if we did it, I think, just to tie it in with the review process, just like we do here, and kind of like we're gonna do with the chief anyway. We know we're gonna be reviewing them. That's gonna be coming from here. So I think that's what I would encourage. If we're gonna do something, I think should be once a year and at least tie it into something where the employees are providing feedback, and then you guys would get that unanimous response, or utilize it in a way that, hey, here's what's going well, here's what's not. And, to me, that's what makes sense as opposed to doing it quarterly.
Mhm.
Any other comments?
My
Mark?
question is, at the end of the life, or it's not really, immediate life isn't quite done yet. We're still meeting with our joint board, but the commissioners are probably not even, I think we have barely a majority. But I'd like to know what the officers and what the rank and file feel, either how approachable this board and the commission board is, because it was not good at the end of the life with the MPD. I think our joint board was somewhat approachable, which actually Jamie and Jim and I were on. But on the commission side, the only person kept and brought over was Ryan. And there was some pretty, who?
Jeff Hall.
Oh, yes, you're right. And Jeff Mahalik. And Jeff Mahalik on the western side actually lives in the town of Weston. So we kind of took him for, and Dan Virgin is also from Schofield, or actually Wausau. And so he's on there too. So it was really, really ugly with some of the words and some of the thoughts with how they operated and how they were with the chief and only with the chief, so they weren't approachable. At the end, it just got really, really ugly. So I just touch base. Don't hit it too hard. But, do you know who the commissioners are? Do you know who the oversight board? What does each one do? I'm sure you'll get some stuff. Maybe as years go down, you get more, but we just want this to be open and transparent.
Like that.
And, with you riding, I mean, you had told me that the other day and I thought, wow, that's fantastic. Because some of my interaction, and I know with Captain Nick, Aldridge, wasn't the best. And it wasn't, perceived to be the best with some employees. But it was a 5-minute decision and I showed up in my pajamas and that's the way it was. So, so anyway, but I think it's good. Yeah, go ahead.
So, Ryan, maybe to talk about that a little more. So is and the rest of the board, please chime in, but I feel like annually at this point maybe isn't often enough. If moving forward a year or 2 years from now, when everything is all good, I feel like we're, what, are we 40-some, 50-some days in, something like that of the new
Well, we
department?
came together on April 15th. Really, we were working out of one building.
Right.
And start the PD per se till May 1st. Right now I can tell you some of the flaws that are out there and, the computer system was a big one. And that finally we had arbitrator problems today and city county data has really been here on a regular basis, trying to get that up and running. And that's been a concern of everybody because statistically we were doing 2 reports because of what jurisdiction you were working in. And in the last week, that's really kind of come together. The other part was the equipment stuff, trying to get it issued out the right way and waiting on badges and uniforms and stuff like that. I don't have any problem with a survey. You could do that anytime. I just want somebody else to write the questions because I don't want anybody ever to say it came from me and is jaded. Second of all, Mary is pretty much my right-hand person in the PD. So if a survey goes out, I want Mary to be the one sending it out and getting the response to be able to see it. I don't even want to see them till the end.
Oh,
I'll sit down with you guys.
Jeff,
and look at it.
Jeff actually wrote quite a few of them on a survey we had with the MPD. I think Jeff Pollock, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't have a whole lot of interaction with that then officers, Mayor here too, Mayor Craig. At the end, I mean, we were trying to figure out who to talk to and who would actually talk to us. And he had a great conversation with now a retired officer, which I mean, the minute I heard about it, in a half an hour, I was over at his house and we were chatting about it. So, but that's the way we were getting information. I don't believe it's gonna be that way. I mean, I walked into that other building and I heard nobody talking, nobody. And it was actually quite amazing to see the way it is now. Go ahead.
Can I make a comment on this?
Mhm.
I think you're right. I think one of the problems we had with Everest Metro and a number of them have come over here is, they need to understand that it's not the way it was back then, that it's totally changed. And I think your survey is probably the first time. It's probably.
You're gonna feel it.
Do it early. After that, I understand what Ryan's saying, but just to let them know that you guys know what the problem was and you're not gonna allow that again.
Yeah.
That's my.
Well, the commit, one quick one here. I want to add this, the one person that questioned the most, who the chief questioned me the most was Ryan. Cause I brought Ryan in to the commission and he was the only person on that commission that wasn't handpicked by the chief. I don't believe you had a hand on any of these people. These were all people that, that everyone knows. And I didn't ask you one time who was gonna be on this commission, Ryan either, so. I think that speaks a lot that I didn't realize that he was the only one. And when I brought him in and wanted to offer up his name, I was questioned heavily, which started to raise my eyebrows a little bit.
Okay. Jamie, any
Done.
questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm totally on board with the survey.
Yep.
It can't hurt things. It'll only make it better. And as far as Chief, you didn't want to write the questions, but maybe you could give us a list of gray areas and, we can,
Yeah.
get questions off of that. And then I agree with maybe doing it quarterly right now, because it is fresh and new. But then maybe like a yearly survey after that.
When only 15% reply, then you're doing it too often.
Oh, yeah.
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 Enough.
So is it a problem to get, like, would you have an issue getting 100% of people to do it?
Well, if it's not mandatory.
Yeah.
It's gonna be voluntary.
Yes.
I don't know. It's interesting. I think you probably get more than you think are gonna answer it.
Right. Especially if it's anonymous, right? So it has to be anonymous.
So,
And I think right now, compared to the old Everest Metro, more people will probably answer the survey because before they were afraid of retribution.
Right.
And that's kind of something that I want to stress or a key piece of this is it has to be anonymous. And I think at the end, there should be some place for comments, right? So if there were
Right.
10 questions and these are the 10 things that we asked about, maybe nobody asked. Or one of the questions didn't deal with, well, gotcha, I gotta park at Shopko because there's nowhere to park here, or whatever it is, right? Whatever that one issue is, you might have 5 individuals say, well, there's nowhere to hang my coat, or I don't know what the problem
Is
is.
there anything you want to add? Yeah.
Correct, right.
Or leave every question open-ended. So there is a suggestion box,
Sure.
for each.
I was thinking, my comment, I like everyone's comments and Ryan, your comments, I'm glad to hear the continuity. But I don't want us to micromanage the new
Right.
police department. I do not want that. We've got great captains. We've
Mhm.
got a great chief. He's got an open door policy.
Mhm.
Jeremy does. I don't know if that was the old way with Everest Metro or not, but I think there's a continuity now with these officers that they know if there's a problem, they can go to the captains, they can go to the chief. And I'm thinking maybe every 6 months, and I think your question should be no more than 5. Very simple.
Yeah.
I walked into a conversation the other
I think we should keep it simple.
there, and the conversation was what? About 5 years, or do you want to go back?
Yeah, there was an employee that was part of the group that didn't talk much because of everything that was going on. And I asked him, I said, how are things going? And the employee actually said, if you offer everybody the opportunity to go back, I don't think one person would want to go back to the way
Mhm.
we were. And the person also said something along the lines of basically they feel they can say stuff now because before they felt if they said stuff, even to certain people, nothing would get done or could get done. And now we're trying to improve things every day.
Mhm.
But I mean, a survey is good because that doesn't just come from me either. Obviously, it's better coming from them.
Yeah, and we're in what, day 50? I think it needs, it's these in 6 months, so do it at the end of September.
Yeah.
And that way you're gonna really know what's going on. So that's my recommendation, but
Yeah.
again, hey, we're all here as a board to decide what we
Oh,
want to do.
that's, I'm good with that. I just think some kind of a baseline and then, yeah, even if it's a year later then, okay, so now what are our new things in September of 25? Right, now September of 25, here we got 3 times the parking and parking is an issue, but I don't know.
Great.
The Charmans are on color or something.
So the consensus is what, in 6 months, September, end of that?
Did one of this September, do one again, when,
Try to keep it simple with.
Yeah.
5 questions.
5 questions.
do one for
Oh, whatever you come up with.
Yeah.
Jeremy's review time, so there'll for sure be 2 of them this calendar year yet. Is that what I'm understanding, correct?
We could sneak 2 in right now. We get a baseline and then 1 at the end. Yeah. Of this calendar year.
Yeah.
Right.
Do one,
Yeah.
say September, and then one towards the end of the year.
End of the year.
Oh, September's our first one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or if you want to move it up, I suppose we could do end of August.
Yeah, I could do August. Huh?
Let's do
Yeah,
August.
so you could do August and.
Yeah,
August 31st,
That's the
December,
end of the
November.
year.
Yeah.
and then after that, I think you could do it annually.
Good stuff.
So I don't think we need a motion. I think everyone's in
Mhm.
consensus to move forward with that. Anything.
You do want one?
Right.
She does?
No,
Okay.
no.
All right,
No, it's not a motionable item, so that's
right,
why.
okay.
Jeremy, anything else? That was a lot.
I kind of jumped into number 5 here before
Well,
that one. This one, we'll need a vote on it. for the
Okay.
Effective part of it.
I'm going to, if we're done with number 4, let's move on to number 5, discussion and possible action regarding police department staffing and wage scale. Jeremy?
So we just wanted to structure it so we have 4 detectives in-house. Currently we have 2, 1 left. We had 3 to the county. So instead of 3, we would like to add the 1 more, and this person would be a detective / evidence technician. Because we're gonna have to deal with that property room at some point, and we need somebody that can do that.
Mhm.
But when they're not doing property, they can help out with detective duties. That difference in the wage is from 39.12 to 41.14. But one of the candidates is a sergeant, and he'd be coming down from 43.16 to 41.14. So,
Okay.
I mean, wash wise, it's not that big of an effect on the budget.
Talking 12, 15,000 for the whole year, yeah.
They're comfortable with coming down in wage?
Yes, because there's going from night shift to day shift, going to Monday through Friday for the most part, and doing something that they wanted to do, but had to take a different road to get to.
Okay.
But just so you guys know, there's gonna be a little bit of a challenge on the next sergeants because we have a department and we have to find some good candidates.
Yep.
So Jeremy is looking for a motion to basically have our commission approve for detectives?
Go up to four detectives.
Up to 4 detectives.
Yep.
Yes,
Make a motion to approve the staffing addition of 1 detective to bring it up to 4 detectives.
all right, motion made by Helgeson. Do I need a second?
Second.
Second by Pincinel. And any other questions? If not, all those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion's carried. Item number 6, discussion and possible action regarding handbook for non-union employees.
Okay, we did this one time.
Mhm.
Probably did it wrong. So initially, we did a handbook, we took the village handbook and put it into the. What we found out after we did that was some of the employees that came over from Everest.
Yeah.
Had different benefits than the employees at Rothschild, had different pension packages like their sick time and stuff like that. So we diligently went through and made a new book. I sat down with all clerical, we sat in a room. We kind of played a poker game and said, well, if you give up this, what about this? And went through, like, we negotiated a contract just to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And I left it up to them. Mary was one of them that was in the room for that, right? You were there that day or you weren't there? Okay. So she made notes on it. So the only thing we have is we took the employee handbook from Rothschild that we voted in, made a new one. So it's for Mountain Bay Metro. But you guys got this. There's just a couple of changes that we found still wrong. So we have that change sheet in.
This is the addendum with the, okay.
So some of it was, what's the first one on there? I don't have a sheet.
Unused vacation, personal time.
Yeah, so they had a different vacation. sheet. So they get unused personal time from.
Okay.
We didn't have that. That's new for the village.
You get to roll over, it gets paid out.
It gets to roll over.
Okay.
Yep, and they have to use it. Nick? You want to explain it? You were really familiar. We didn't have this in Rothschild.
Yep.
Unused personal.
Personal time.
Right.
Just wait 1 second. The clerical at Everest Metro was operating willy-nilly. Some were using the union contract, some were using this, some were getting benefits here, and none of it was even logged anywhere to tell you what you got. One of the problems was you could have as much sick time as you could accrue in clerical, but in the police department, you couldn't. So I don't know how that all happened. It's like, we're gonna use this today and tomorrow we're gonna use this. So this was part of the challenge going through this. So go ahead.
And it kind of operated on, there was a clerical manual that basically got outdated, and then they kind of ran on a, well, this is past practice, and if the union did this, they kind of followed the union. Wouldn't great. But regarding personal time and unused personal time, so every employee generally starts with 24 hours of personal time. It's not vacation time, it's time that has to be pre-approved by the chief, or the chief doesn't need if the chief is gone. And it's for a reason like, tree fell on your house, your car blew down, your basement flooded, something that's more of an emergency, it's not extra days off. And if you don't use those hours, the following year, you get unused personal time, which is basically vacation time, but not coded as vacation. So it's the same, it's treated the same as vacation, but if you don't use it, you lose it. But it rewards you for not using your personal time.
Personal time. Got it.
And now this clerical now is Mountain Bay clerical?
Yes.
Okay, because it was the MPD before, so. And there's no, is there any share? There's a little bit of share, right?
What do you mean?
On the fiduciary side, on the accounting side, there's.
No, that would be Melanie. So she's a Village of Rochester.
Okay, and right, and so that'd be the same thing, so EMPD, it was Village West and that was doing that, okay, yep, so same thing. Got it.
Yep. So the non-union employee handbook,
Yep.
page 14, then you handled that on,
So one more thing, it wasn't up, it wasn't E on 14, it just, we had to use the word consecutive.
okay,
Because it said 3 or more days, it'd be through the year, and it's not designed like that, it's 3 consecutive.
right, and then the next page on 16, your 2.5 compensation.
We just had to strike some of the language out of there because some of that language was in the Rothschild handbook for people that had 5 years or less. And we struck that out because most of our employees have more than 5 years right now. It didn't. Fit them.
Okay. And then 2.6 funeral leave.
Yeah, we just had to make an adjustment in there. Just chief of police. It had administrator in there.
Okay,
and that was from the old wordage.
2.15 business travel expenses.
In the union contract, it has a per diem in it, and per diem was in here, and we just went back to the original way that Rothschild did it. It's the 15, 20, 25, and you have to show a receipt.
Okay.
Clerical, I talked to Elizabeth about that today, but clerical doesn't go to a lot of training where they don't turn a lot of receipts in. If they spend $100 a year, it's not a big deal, so. And that, I believe, is the rest of the changes that were in there. Okay. Did you have a question?
Meal reimbursement, you would get just reimbursed for the receipt that you turn in? You
Correct.
Just wouldn't get a flat dollar amount per.
No.
Okay.
And the reason being is it's just easier for clerical and they don't go to a lot of training. If they do, they just turn a receipt in like we used to.
Yep.
But with the 37 officers,
Total.
per diem seems like it's gonna work out better. And we found that the per diem is less, but if you have a per diem, you cannot eat and get paid for it,
You don't turn in receipts, then you
Correct.
just get the flat dollar amount.
right?
Do you check agendas though? Like if the
Yes.
meal is provided, then it's not.
Correct.
Okay.
And we talked about that today too, and
Okay.
Yep.
Trust me. He watches that.
What happened when the snacks came in today? But I was right there.
Not gonna lie. I think he felt it down the hall. He was like, right here, let's explain it. So, yeah.
So I think it's really important just to have a handbook just for the employees because they are the separate entity
Get all uniform.
and not getting it convoluted with one municipality's benefits, so.
Anyone else on the oversight board?
All good?
If not, I need a motion to take action on the, yes, Jim, you do have a question.
Move to approve
Okay,
the handbook for non-union employees with the presented changes.
okay,
I got one quick question. It starts May 1st of 2024.
24, so it's.
May 1,
May 1.
24.
okay.
Elizabeth, was there something else in that?
Motion by Pinnacle
Second,
and second by Wyland.
The
All-
only thing
Yes.
would be is if previous employees were to carry over.
Yes. That's the other part.
Yes.
Jill adds these benefits and that's what it was, just so it brings in
Right.
any benefits.
Okay,
Sorry,
no,
So how do you want that worded?
goes retro.
retro to make.
Retroactive to May 1?
Just retro, yeah.
All right, any other discussion? All right, not all those in favor of approving this handbook, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the motion is carried and the Mountain Bay non-union employee handbook is approved. On to item number 7, discussion and possible action regarding the DC Evers SRO contract, and that is in our packet.
Yep, last meeting, we talked about negotiating in that contract. I went to the school system, they wanted 325, we wanted closer to 400. They agreed to 370 with a 1% increase every year. School year is different from ours, it's starts June 1st and goes to July 31st. And ours is always January to December. So starting this school year, 370,000. So it's roughly 74,000 per officer over the 5 officers, and then it goes up 1% after that.
That which I saw, yeah.
It makes it cleaner. Everest was charging for hours and squads and overtime, and this kind of cleans it up for everybody. It made it real simple for the school because they budget for one thing.
But they can have the budget ready, yep.
Yeah,
Pay quarterly, sometime annually.
yeah.
But
So usually how I handle the billing is I do it through their fiscal year. But then, so July 1st to December, I do one chunk of billing, which is half. And then January to June, I do the other half of the billing. So that then it balances out in our bookkeepings, but then it also balances out in their bookkeepings.
So twice a year.
Yes.
Okay, which is coming up July. Excellent.
Mhm.
Any other
Yep.
questions from the board?
Good job.
Yeah, excellent job
Mhm.
negotiating that.
All right, yes, excellent is right.
permission to sign that then?
Okay, I need a motion.
To approve?
All right, motion by Maloney to approve the SRO.
Second.
And second by Helgeson. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, the new contract with Everest Metro and the Mountain Bay is all done.
I ask permission to go back to number 4.
Yes, Number 4?
Back to number 4, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I asked Nick to do this for me today and he did it and I forgot about him. Do you want to talk about numbers quick?
Oh, yes.
Well, then I have one more. thing too.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you want to have yours?
Well, just real quick,
Yes.
because, you know, we're all so familiar with the cars and the colors and all the different things. Have we sent like color stuff, you know, to Schofield, Town of Weston, all the different boards? And honestly, who I'm thinking of is Denny Richmond, so that he knows what our squad car looks like now.
So,
You know what I mean? Denny Richmond was just a stickler about
Oh, yeah.
seeing the actual equipment. And, I mean, if he saw that picture and then, oh, that's our car. I mean, when it's going by, you can't catch it right away.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar.
On a commission though, too.
What?
He's on the commission.
Oh, okay, okay, good.
So you
good.
showed him the.
He should be very well.
Yeah, okay, good.
so,
Yeah.
this hasn't been done before, but we will be doing quarterly and year-end reports.
Yep.
So in quarterly reports, Dan's very familiar with them and so is the board because they see them.
Guys will like.
Pictures of officers, awards, cars, stuff like that.
Training, all of that.
Right, so we'll still be doing that in addition to the monthly reports that you got.
Got it. Okay,
Excellent.
So, go ahead, Nick.
thank you.
Right, so wanted to bring some stats for Mountain Bay, Metro, and kind of starting before that, we were blending.
Mhm.
And I have stats that are printed here, and I have some that were written because due to our records management system changing, not all the stats are able to be easily printed. So for April, you should have a sheet that shows Schofield, Rothschild, the town of Weston, village of Weston, and then other jurisdiction, which is basically agency assists, whether that's like recently the big crash on the highway where we have an officer.
Yep.
basically our jurisdiction to help someone else. Then there's accidents, warnings, and citations. Citations are broken down into LCs, which are basically traffic violations, and NTCs, which are non-traffic violations, which would be like your underage drinking or other ordinance violations. So there's one for April. Then there's one for May. With 9, and then one for June and 12. You'll notice that for May, the warnings and citations are highlighted, and then for June, they're not even listed. That's because we went to a hosted tracks environment, which is our system where we print citations from. And that system is set up to report to our new Mountain Bay Metro Records Management System.
Whoa, what? What? Is that what ELCI stands for? What did you just say?
Traffic.
LC is traffic,
It's traffic, what's NTC?
NTC.
Non-traffic.
Okay, because I'm thinking of the school. What does the school have to do
Yeah.
with this? Yeah, okay. All right,
Yep, so for example, a school, if an officer is in the school and the school resource officer writes weekend for vaping to a student, that would show up as non-traffic.
Okay.
Not North Central Technical College.
right. Well, I'm looking at the municipalities across the
Right.
board here,
You're looking.
and I'm thinking, okay, so more warnings in Rothschild, but way more citations in Rothschild. Okay.
Yep, and then for May,
Mm-hmm.
the warning, the citations are highlighted because it's not 100% accurate, and in June, they're not even on here, and that's because of the fact of that new track system.
Right.
Which was not set up to report to what we were operating under, which was an Everest records management system and a Rochester records management system. It was the third one, so I did write those numbers down, which I can just tell you.
Yeah, why don't you give us this?
And starting May 9th through May 31st, Mountain Bay Metro wrote 166 warnings, 56 non-traffic citations, 207 LC or traffic citations, and we had 53 crashes. And then June, so far, June 1st through the 19th, we have 94 warnings, 47 NTCs, 109 LCs, and 42 crashes.
Okay.
I can email that information if anybody wants.
Well, up to the 19th of June, we have 43 crashes. In May, we had how many? 50 what?
May, we had 53.
Wow, we're getting some crashes.
Say, yeah.
Mhm.
And then the CAD stats are on here, which show, like for June, so far, the city of Schofield has 205 calls for service. Village of Weston, 1,119, the town has 15. And it looks like Rothschild might not be on there.
No, I don't see
Any
that.
loud car notices? I mean, warnings? Like if you had a neighbor that had a really loud car?
So that would fall under either warnings or.
Okay.
notification, I'd be under the LC.
Okay, all right,
Line item.
all right, yeah, I might start calling a few of those in.
Nick, thank you very much. So we're gonna be getting this report every month, is that what you're saying?
Oh,
Got
neat.
it. Good. I like that.
Would you be compiling this anyway? right?
Yeah, so these,
I mean, you must keep stats on hand, right?
so these were taken, we had a little bit of a challenge blending
Computers.
Rothschild and
Right.
have this stuff today, but this is general get for the report shares that we give at monthly board meetings.
Got it. Okay.
So it's basically just condensed down without all the narratives of the calls for service. If you like that, we can do that as well.
Got it. Thank you.
Good.
All right, any more items?
Send to them the weekly roundup too?
Yes,
Okay, okay.
trying to send out as much information as we can and compile as much. And I think history will tell us as we move into the future, how things are actually going.
Yeah.
And that's all gonna, continuity is getting easier.
Right. You just got to get these computers together.
That's
Right.
They don't like each other right
Be
now.
good in 50 days.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anything else on number 4? If not, we're gonna move on to item number 8, discussion and possible action regarding moving forward with a space needs study for the building. Who's grabbing that?
I just put it on there. We are struggling with space.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I think that's one of the number one concerns is space. We all knew that. Knew coming into this that we were gonna have a problem. But I will tell you, merging the police departments together, the small space has been the best thing for us because everyone's running into each other
Yeah.
and is
Talking.
I don't hear any.
Yeah.
I've heard this through my career. I've heard yelling. I've heard upset people. People that weren't cordial. I have not once heard that. And in our office, you can hear all the way through the office. Nick will say the same thing. Everybody has been very cordial and understanding. However, they know that there's been promises made that things are gonna change and they're gonna get upset on it. So
Yep.
we just have to come up with a plan.
Yep.
So I know what's gonna happen.
You've adjusted the, you got the cubicles, the extra lockers, all that's been, is that
The
been,
new lockers haven't been put in. We're still living out of the garage, but they're coming.
okay.
Yeah.
Offices are being used and we have 6 sergeants working out of one office, but they're not in there all the time. I went to a business up in Merrill and when I was there, I was surprised that people are working all together and they're doing a good job with that. So I've seen that. I've seen that. I made a comment.
We are-
I walked out.
We're very tight. Our sales office, I have to have it loud. I like to have that chatter when people are on the phones. I like to hear the chatter. It's produce,
Yeah.
but, yeah, good. So,
As we go forward here, we gotta come up with a plan and do something.
and the study may not just be here. It may be an alternate spot. It may be a shared spot. I mean, everything's gonna be open, right? On that, I'm talking about where or if and all that stuff, right?
I'm a firm believer that.
Yeah.
We should have a different building and I wasn't that way at first.
Mhm.
But after living in the design that we're in, we gotta have it set up the right way. Because the way Everest Metro was set up, it was detrimental to that, and I think Nick sees that now.
Mhm.
That you put this group over here and this group
Right.
over here and this group here, and nobody sees each other, and then you say, okay, we're all gonna get along. But they started their own clique and it's all evolved by
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah,
I have an example of that. So I started in 2010. You would start your shift at 6 AM. My staff was never until late. You'd meet in the back. You'd exchange your duty bags, you'd complete your shift. You'd never talk to command staff unless you were in trouble or something bad happened.
Yeah.
And then, like, when I moved up front, there was an officer who I supervised and, I mean, we always got along great. And he made a comment of like us versus them, and I said, well, what changed?
Mhm.
You know me, nothing changed. He goes, I just can't explain it, but just the way it was set up. It's like there was separation
Mhm.
and the only time people saw command staff was when there were problems.
Mhm. We just have to look at, if it's separation of building, how the reporting and all that. I mean, it's all computers now too, but yeah. Yeah, there'll be a healthy look at, so.
Do you want any action taken on that?
I would like to have something started so that we know that something. So when I go back to the personnel, I can say, just so you know, because I've said it. They are gonna make changes to the building at some point. I don't know what,
Yeah.
but I can only say that so long too.
Yeah.
So do you need us to approve an expenditure to do a professional study by an outside third party firm? Would that be the best ask? I mean, I assume no matter what gets done, whether it's a third party firm or you do it in-house or the administrators come up with the plan that you're gonna pull the audience and see, do we have enough lockers? Do we have enough parking? Do we have enough sinks, whatever, right?
I think the decision should be made, are we gonna do an addition? Or are we gonna build a separate building?
Right.
Because if, I don't wanna waste any money on anything, if we're not gonna do an addition on this building and it's not the right fit. If we're gonna build a separate building, let's just start getting pricing. And I can assure you that one of my favorite buildings is Patriot Auto. I like the design of that building. I like, it's simple and functional and it looks professional. I don't need a Taj Mahal. I don't think nobody does.
Whoa, whoa. Now, the last time I heard that was from the mayor. Now. Yeah, well, I've been by your place a few times too, so anyway. Okay, so, yeah, we have a garage mahal, but
You're not asking for dollar amounts. You just want basically a motion to move forward.
Direction on what we're thinking we're gonna do.
You want a
You know, would
motion to
you-
move forward with
would-
a space needs study. Okay.
And maybe, it may not be on here, but you know,
I was gonna say, could
the,
the direction maybe be that Ryan and I meet to determine if we need a study? And if we do, we could put out an RFP, but maybe we could do it.
you know, the three of you,
Yes.
you know, and maybe, the president of each of the, I don't know. I mean, my first thought, if we go off-site, I would definitely like, this is tax exempt, right? This would be. Absolutely first is gonna be Schofield. Let's look in Schofield. Let's look for building in there some land so that we can take it off the tax roll.
Yeah, we almost got an acre here and.
Well, we can put some acres together, you know, and we can do that, so.
We only need,
I'm sorry, the mayor's here, I'm sorry.
Yeah, actually, you have to.
We could find that.
It's gotta be on the water.
Yeah, oh. Well, you know, and I know you don't, and I don't, the word is attack or, you don't service from the building, okay? So, and you service from the vehicles, that's where the action is. So, you know, like right now we have like the water there, you know, and the patrol on the other side. I guess wouldn't you look at some of that a little bit? I know the fire departments you do. You look at fire departments on serviceability and how it all attacks an event. But, I think some of that has to come into play. Obviously parking, possibly a garage. And I gotta tell you, in this day and age, protection. I don't mean protection. Certainly I do for the residents, but protection for our officers.
Right.
I mean, when we used to fuel our squad cars on the side of our municipal building all hours of the night.
Yeah.
And if anybody knew that, I mean, I love it that they're in lighted areas. They go to Quick Trip or wherever now. You know, they got a clean bathroom to use. They can get some snacks, whatever.
Be clean.
But-
bathrooms.
I'm sorry. Yeah, well.
Quick trip.
No. We at our gas station, there was no bathroom. But I mean, I just, you gotta think of everything that's all happening too, you know, so.
Good
Anyway,
point.
just a thought.
So I think if Jamie and I work together.
I do it just, and then if you have to, you know,
Expand
Take it
it
out a
out.
little
Want to
bit,
have Ryan
then we go from
involved,
there.
if you want- Yeah, I
Just-
just you
just
three are the.
start
hard-
chatting and start talking about stuff and see how it fits. We don't know how all this could come together, you know. Yeah.
I need
I
a
like it.
motion. Who wants to make?
I will make that
Okay.
motion, that the two administrators and the chief start the discussion
With a
and,
space needs study,
involve,
okay.
others as we go, other communities, other people, the whole bit. Yep. Okay.
I need a second to that.
Second.
All right, motion by Maloney, second by Helgeson.
There, but we're voting together. We're like a little.
All those in favor of moving forward with the space study needs for the new building or addition, whatever it may be, state aye.
Aye.
Opposed, it is carried. And we move on to number 9. Set date, time, agenda items discussed at the next meeting. Well, if we go with the third Wednesday.
The thing I was gonna say is
Yes, right.
Thanks, Ryan. Oh, got darker in here.
that survey, that
Advanced, sorry, go ahead.
That survey?
survey that went out to you.
Those are coral. Those aren't pink. Those are coral.
The salmon.
That's what I was gonna.
Salmon, I'm sorry, salmon.
Salmon.
Yeah, salmon.
Okay, right.
I'm sorry.
To you guys. It looked like, yeah, Wednesdays, 4:00 PM is what works best.
Does that work for
Yes.
everybody here? Okay. Pete, you too?
Just a regular time is
Okay.
what works best for me. I
Yep,
don't care when it
okay.
is, but if we know it's the third Wednesday
Yep.
or whatever it is.
Right.
That's the best part for me. Then we can.
What is it? What is it?
It would be July 17th. I will be in
Perfect.
Canada, so I'm gonna let
Okay.
you run the meeting then.
Okay,
Mark.
sure.
I'll be in Canada with my family fishing.
Have fun.
Yeah. looking forward to it.
Ham's commercial?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there you go. I love that.
July went, so
July 17th.
July 17th,
Yep.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
So is that,
Calendar.
what we're, is the third Wednesday?
Jamie, yeah, Jim, does that work? Dan? I mean,
yeah,
That would be the
I think
regular
so.
cadence, third Wednesday
That's-
of the month.
You sent that
4
date
p.m.
we know.
a while ago, right?
Yes.
I thought, okay.
Then it'd be August 21st. then.
Unless we don't have a quorum, you
Yeah.
have to keep in mind too that
Yes.
so many Rothschild with so many Weston have to be present.
Yeah, right.
So if I don't have
We may have.
both on each side, then yeah, then we would not be having it the
Right.
third Wednesday
Yep.
of the month.
I think you would have a better
Scheduling.
gestalt
Yeah.
if it wasn't, oh, hey, we're having a meeting tomorrow. Can you come?
Yeah.
Or if we know it's the third Wednesday
Yeah.
at 4 o'clock always.
That's what we're talking about.
We're gonna know
We're talking about,
in
yep.
advance, right?
Right.
We do that with Safer and then if there's a problem with the 5, then we all together, like right now, shift it.
Would it be helpful for you to send out like a RSVP thing? I don't know how you do that with Outlook. I still don't know how Outlook works, but like send the thing of, hey, we have this meeting on Wednesday, just not that we don't know it's the third Wednesday, but so you know, oh, Dan's gonna be in Canada, he's not gonna be here, and now we don't have the appropriate blend of quorum, so that you know, we're not gonna be able to do it third Wednesday.
So you're gonna send it out.
Well, it's always on the agenda
well, we
here,
know it.
on line item number 9.
So.
Yeah.
So then we're good, yes, so it was mentioned that what I can do is I can block it off for a full year.
Mhm.
Out on our calendar, it's then and there.
Yep.
Now, we are set to have, just like Dan told us tonight, that he won't be
Canada.
at the July 17th meeting.
Right.
Mhm.
So then when we come again on July 17th on the 9th, saying that, okay, now we're gonna hold our meeting on August 21st.
Yep.
Now would be the time then that you would say if you're able to make it the 21st.
Yeah, hopefully you know your agenda's a month in advance.
So, right, your plan is to pull the audience this month for next month to get that RSVP. Is that, am I understanding that correctly?
Yes, unless there's an emergency.
Well, the date will be locked, but then we'll find out who's attending.
Sure, yep.
And you know, then if it's supposed to be, like I said, on the 19th and we got, or the 7th, what was it, this,
17th.
17th, and we had to go to the 18th, but we'd have to see if that would work.
I have a question.
Yes.
In the BOT meeting, you mentioned that 3 officers are going to humane officer training. When does that start?
November 16th,
September. Okay.
it's in Madison.
And,
That's right through DATCAP.
okay.
So.
Are the animals different in Madison?
No, but the good thing is.
I'm in for the Vegas one. I'm in for the Vegas training. Yeah.
Your hospital for the animal vet in Monona,
Cannot have.
Nona?
they get to see large animal and small animal.
That's
Oh,
how
I see.
Did you have contact with?
I have not yet. I made my own contact. So I'm just waiting for something to maybe change before I speak to you. But, do you, who takes care of it in the meantime?
We do. Police department,
Anybody?
yes.
Okay.
And that's the way it's gonna happen in the future is any officer working will take care of the animal or the complaint. But these people that, yep,
This isn't a line item for discussions.
It's not, right? So,
So.
Under day-to-day operations.
Okay, based on number 9, then it's gonna be the 3rd Wednesday of every month,
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
sorry.
And Elizabeth, make sure
Yeah,
we
you
get
can
a
talk
notice
afterwards.
well in
Yeah.
advance. That we don't need to take any other motion on for 9. Number 10, I need a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
Only a second by Wyland. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.